back to the Wheel-to-Wheel YouTube channel. My name is Captain Lowside and we are here at Laguna SECA tonight for our round 8 of season 8. We'll run through things quickly. I'll get Dale Tiggs, my second commentator, introduced. Good evening, mate. How are you?
Yeah, hey, let's yeah, pretty good. Thanks. It was an eventful split one round race. If anyone didn't tune into that one, go watch it now. Action all over the shop. But what we're here for now is split 2. We've got a good mix of guys. We've got some Div 1 guys, Div 2 guys, Div 3, and also some of the newbies from the D-League. So I think we're going to have a cracking night tonight here at Laguna SECA. Definitely it's a half track. Feels very slippery at this time of day as well. So yeah, I think we're going to be on for some fireworks tonight. And with this individual is Ando. Welcome, Ando.
G'day, guys. Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, spot on there, Dale. This is a tough track to get right. It feels like there's very little flow here. It's a very stoppy, turny sort of a track, if I could be super technical there. But yeah, it can bite really easily, as both of us found out in split 1. So fingers crossed people can learn from our mistakes and come home with some solid results. So on that topic, I've got my eyes on either Flossie or Tate for qualifying. I reckon one of those guys will take out pole. We all know Tate's a Div 1 driver from previous seasons, so he's definitely got the pace to take out pole.
Yeah, I can't argue with that really. I think those two will be right on the money. Or Corbin might be a bit of a dark horse. Corbin's shown good one-lap pace here, but then his tyres come off in the race, so Corbin might be a sneaky bet for a top 5 in quali as well.
Yeah, you could be onto something there. He's definitely got that one-lap pace. I believe he's still on controller, so that's where his lack of tyre wear or tyre management stems from. So Qualifier has just kicked off. They're going to come out of the pits. You do get 3 flyers around here. It's actually quite a comfortable 3 laps as well. You don't need to try and get out first to be able to get 3 laps in. Plenty of time for people to get that out. So you can come out, get a banker, get one good lap in, and then try and go for that quick lap and take a couple of extra risks. There is one turn here, turn 6, which up until the very last lap of race 3 did not bite me, but it is affectionately named Captain's Kink within the wheel-to-wheel ranks. It's turn 6, so if we're on with Untouchables, he should be coming up to this just shortly. This should be his next left-hander. It's a super difficult one to get your head around, and you can either middle the curve, you can stay wide of it. This guy right here. So Untouchables has gone well clear of that middle curve on the apex and taken a safe line through for his outlap. Yeah,
definitely. That looked really smooth through there, and I think we're going to have a few variations of that tonight. So if you go wide, it's going to be Captain's Kink. If you hit the sausage, it's Captain's Sausage. So we'll see if we can fill a few of those in tonight.
Quite a bit of sand around this track, isn't there? There could be a few sand castles being made too.
True, plenty of time for that to be worked on. Sandcastle making skills is definitely something that pops up.
So is that another combo, Captain's Sausage Sand?
I think I've got enough things named after me. I'll stick with Captain's Kink and Sausage. I'll leave that up to Stefko for Stefko's corner.
He loves making sandcastles in Stefko's corner, doesn't he?
Doesn't he just? We'll do a quick run through of the field actually while they're on their first flyer. So out in front, we've already had a quick look at Untouchables. He is our lobby host for tonight as well, so thank you for hosting that one, Touchy. Following closely behind is one of my picks for tonight. It's Flossie. He's been good throughout practice, and he just needs to keep his head down and keep it clean. Following closely behind is one of the Milo entourage in this lobby again. We have 4 tonight. Is Spence. He's always consistent, always punching out some good times, so definitely keep an eye on him as well.
I agreed. Following Spence, we've got Tate in Marcus Crew. He's in the Viper there. He's the one to watch really for quali right now, followed by ZD, teammate. He's up there in fit, so he's looking pretty strong. He's putting a cracker lap here, and then your teammate Jonesy in the Hyundai. So another one that is from Div 1. I think he can put in top 5 time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Jonesy was on fire towards the end of last season, and we went with the challenge ourselves this year and this season with the Genesis, and it certainly is a challenge, but it's a really fun car to drive. We'll quickly continue running through the field with Evil 1 in 7th, another beautiful Milo livery there. Got Hitho in 8th in the Milwaukee Red Supra. Also have Corbin, who was our dark horse. I think he went off the track just before. In 10th, we have Smurf as well. Midrisky in 11th, our 4th Milo car, I think, for the night. Our international representative in Das Patron and Clocated there in 13th. So a whole bunch of times coming through. And yeah, Flossie coming out with a 20.3.
He has gone off on his second lap though. In there at turn 3, he's taken off the braking markers as well. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, braking markers are pretty much all you get around this track too, so as soon as they disappear, it's super difficult to know exactly where you're at, so that might mess a couple of people up. Maybe that's his strategy. He's only just gotten pole by Jonesy in second place by 4/1000ths of a second, so very, very good lap there.
And Jonesy's now come up across ZD, so he's going to have to make a choice here of whether he pulls back if he's slightly down this lap and try and get a bit of a cleaner run, or try and get the toe from the Jag down the front straight and give it a crack on lap 3, so we'll see what he does here. Hippo, actually, sorry, off there, Hippo, this is only a 10th behind, and I'm having flashbacks, I'm pretty sure, to season 5 Enduro in Group 4. I'm pretty sure it was Hippo this. It was either him or Piano. Either way, I'm pretty sure Hippo is almost like a Laguna specialist, so he may also be another dark horse that we may have overlooked.
Yeah, definitely. Hippo's always had pace, and that Supra is a... Oh, there we go. Tate comes through with a pole time of 20.2. I'm not sure who else is going to improve, but exactly right. Yeah, Hippo is a beast in the Supra there. It doesn't get off the line the best, but around this track, it should be quite a car to be competitive in.
Yeah, agreed. So Corbin's just cranked out up into 6th. Clocaid up into 4th in the Corvette. Another one that I think will be strong the longer the race goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So Flossie's coming around for his lap. He's got plenty of free air. As we mentioned, Jonesy in 3rd. He's got just a little bit of a gap to ZD, but he's also got Evil One for company. So people are getting a little bit close and trying to get their quickest lap in. It certainly is tough to try and find a bit of free air in qualifying.
Oh, agreed. It's such a small track.
Not to point out Jonesy, but he did just clip the sausage at Captain's Curve, and yeah, that's ruined his lap, so that is unfortunately that lap done. But he has got one, we'll be able to get around, I believe. Oh no, sorry, third lap?
No, that's the third lap.
You should get one, you do get three hot laps, so you should get another shot.
So ZD's just coming through the final corner. He may be on for an improved time. He may just be able to jump Spence and possibly Das Patron here.
So currently in the 11th corner. Is he going to improve?
Yes, he does. Nice time ZD, 2 cents off.
Yeah, apologies Dale, I'm looking at my laps incorrectly, so that would be the 3rd completed hot lap. So that is, yeah, Jonesy's qualifying done, ZD's qualifying done, he's moved up to 9th, gained a couple of positions. Doesn't look like anybody else is improving as they all come across the line now. And that is qualifying done. So Tate just under 2 tenths clear for a pole time of 20.2. Again, it's competitive in top split, so certainly showing his pace there.
Good pick, guys.
Why didn't we bet on this?
Yeah, wheel-to-wheel bets. I've not put any bets in. I really should have. If my predictions are right that time, then you know, maybe I can claim some luck.
Save your money.
Focus on the races. All right, what are we going to start with? Should we stay on the front? Stay on with Flossie or Jonesy, 2nd or 3rd? Okay. All right, they're off. Tate with an absolute rocket ship of a start. Clocaid as well, also getting up side by side with Flossie. Everyone's trying to shuffle in and find their space. CCH is also making moves. Spence down the inside as well. Turn 1 here has seen some massive dramas in the past, but it's looking like everyone's getting through pretty clean, 2 wide, as they make their way through to turn 3.
Yeah, I was watching from Evil One on the back, and they all, you know, bit of jostling here and there, but it seemed relatively well behaved, unlike the last time we were here. Season 6.
The old
better than
incident.
did once get away. That was really clean.
Yeah, super clean from everyone involved here. Tate out with a nice 7/10 lead already, so almost breaking that slipstream from Flossie. He is on controller, I believe, still, so Tate will want to try and extend that lead as quickly as he can. Yeah, his tyres will.
ZD's in 6th. He's actually about to make a move up the inside. Spence here coming into the corkscrew. ZD's already up into 5th spot on lap 1 here.
Gets a nice move.
It's a little sideways on the exit, but there's no way for Spence to take that, so ZD's up into 5th spot now.
Gutsy.
They've lost the toe to Corbin, but Yeah, he had the run and it was very far up along the inside, and Spencer's spoken early to make it work for everybody.
Fantastic opening lap for ZD there, moving from 9th all the way through to 5th in the space of about 7-8 corners. So fantastic effort there from ZD on his flyer. Everyone else looks to be shuffling in. Hippo is giving Jonesy some attention as for 7th as his Untouchables. All very close into turn 1 here. Jonesy's getting squirrely as he tries to find that first apex.
Yeah, I think these boys just need to settle into a rhythm here, which will serve them well, and just as the race goes on, just pick your moments and let the race come to you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And the more you stay consistent and clean around this track, it certainly does reward you. So pushing too hard, as I found out, I'll take my own life advice, but unfortunately it's a little too late. So I'll pass it on to these boys and give them some good vibes to keep it nice and clean. On that topic, Tate has taken no risks there. He's taken all risks rather. He was on the absolute edge there on the exit of Captain's King. So not wanting to hang around.
A little sideways out of there too, trying to stick with him.
Yeah,
he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Oh,
gather it up.
Just holds onto it. That's not going to do the tyres any good. Now you've got Clocate in the vet.
Clocate was keen to show the nose there into the braking zone at turn 11, but just thinks better of it. He's got two Corvettes for company down the start-finish straight here. The Lexus isn't too bad, but if they're going to be bumping each other, that's an easy position for Clocate to take off Velocity for second. In fact, Corbin's going to be getting into
might come along for the ride.
Yeah. That's where it's good to have some teammates in the lobby when you're kind of matching for pace there. You can kind of help each other in these moments, but Velocity's not giving it up. Keeps it up the inside, and that's what's good about that. That's what's good about the Andretti hairpin. If you keep it wide and don't lose too much speed, you can put the power down sooner and get the runs in turn 3 as well.
Yeah, you can. You've really got to keep your eye out for turn 3 because it's quite close. It's quite detailed. So when you do get in there with two people, then if you're confident with the other driver, then things are all good. You can make it through nicely.
So Tate's now got daylight behind him there. It's opened up 2.5 second gap with what's going on behind him there. So yeah, Tate's probably running on an easy streak here, and he'll be loving the gap there.
Yeah, he might come back to the field though after about lap 7 or 8.
Yeah, by the time we pass that halfway mark, it's certainly difficult for Tate to keep on with his tyre wear. Something as well, I just need to point out that Hippo was giving some good company to ZD there for a little while, but he's back in 13th, so something must have happened on that lap, or maybe the lap prior, but yeah, he's dropped right down to the back of the field, unfortunately.
Yeah, something on lap 3 here. Lap 2 actually. Lap 2 was slower than his standing start lap, so yeah, lap 2 was not fine for Hippo.
It just gives him a great start for race 2. Hopefully he can capitalise like we saw Stefko do in top split.
Yeah, all is not lost.
No, and that's the beauty of our 3-race format as well. So just because you have a crap race, you can certainly recover in the next one.
Yeah, agreed. We can also see a bit of a gap here. Flossie and Clocate are already pushing just that little bit further away from Corbin at the moment.
So both run extremely close to the edge there. They're both using all the curb. And those guys are precision drivers. Really, it's quite impressive watching them do this lap after lap.
It's a real risk-reward corner, that one, isn't
it? Was getting a bit squirrely on the exit of corkscrew there, but it looks like he's gathered it up.
Yeah, he was. Looks like Zini followed him with his squirreliness, and just needs to kind of smooth it out here, and I think work on getting on the back of Corbin, and as you said, lap 5, 6, 7 sort of thing is where the tyres will probably start to fall off for the controller users, so if you can stick with it here, you can especially be in a good spot.
He's another one on controller, so hopefully he can drive through his tyres.
His front is already probably that extra couple % worse than most others around him at the moment. Unfortunately, that already works out to be about twice the wear of most other people around him. So, I mean, he's still doing good lap times at the moment with those tyres, so he'll be looking to hang on right now.
He certainly will. Jumping back up the front, Tate's moved out to an easy 2-second lead so far. It might be
That's half
enough
a
for
second
him.
they've lost. He's lost half a second then since this time last lap.
Ah, there we go. I haven't been keeping an eye on it. So yeah, they're starting to close him in already on lap 5. So Cloquet and Flossie realising that they need to work together again. Flossie going right to the edge at Captain's King.
DCH actually went wide at Captain's King. ZD and ZD's made the move. Spence is trying to show the nose into the corkscrew. Corbin ulted out. Nicely played by all three involved there. Nice
yeah,
shot.
they kept it very clean. Oh, CCH is still dealing with dirty tyres. So Spence has been able to scoot down the inside for 5th. Fantastic foresight from Spence to be able to pick that move.
Yeah, look, I want to say props to Corbin there because your tyres get a lot dirtier than you expect when you do go wide there. So for him to be able to pull it up the corkscrew and defend that position, that was good skill right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, CCH is now having a company with Jonesy there. He's going to be showing his nose very soon as we start to see the controller guys. Their tyre wear is starting to really affect them.
Yeah.
We're only at lap 6.
So the gap's back to about 2.5 seconds, but Cloquet did have. I'm wondering if he got a penalty or something because he lost 1.5 seconds over his lap 4 time and lost the spot to Flossie.
I think he got sideways after the corkscrew, yeah.
Yeah.
That would certainly explain it. Yeah, if you only lose one spot here after a small mistake, I think that's a pretty good position to be in. Yeah, Flossie was able to capitalise on that and make up one spot. Cloquet's certainly not hanging around though. He's only within a 10th as they move into the corkscrew. 6th time. Ooh, Flossie getting a bit wild again.
They're going out
Keeps to the inside though.
Yeah, these guys are really fighting for 2nd place and really just giving that lead with Tate out to about 3.1, 3.2 seconds. I'm wondering if these guys are going to knuckle down and realise that they have an opportunity to actually fight for the lead rather than just 2nd place. ZD getting extremely squirrely out of turn 11 as well as we make our way into the straight. Spence is closing in, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make a lunge in turn 1. ZD is going defensive. Mid-track. Might have been a small bump there. ZD made it up a little bit deep. Yeah, Spence has pulled back into line and they've nose tail again for lap 7.
Jones is all over the back of Corbin here too. Corbin got a little bit squirrely out of the corkscrew last lap as well, so Jones is really trying to push an opportunity here. He's desperate to get through.
Oh, Jonesy taking a little bit of the sausage here in turn 4. Not going to help him on his attack into Corbin. Das Patron as well is also looking to make a move on Midrisky. I'm not sure what's happened with Mid there. I thought he was further up, but yeah, he's battling for 8th place as well.
Touchy's dropped back. He's back with Hippo at the moment too, so something's happened to Touchy on lap 6 as well.
Yeah, you're right. His lap was about 9 seconds down on where it should have been, so yeah, bringing some company back to Hippo, and those he'll be right at the front for race 2.
Midrisky's times are pretty consistent too, so I think it's just part of being in that big battle pack back there at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. Midrisky is a quality driver. He's been able to keep super consistent, so certainly be one to keep an eye out for race 2 and 3. Flossie and Cloquet are still nose to tail for 2nd place. Tate's lead moving out to about 3.8 seconds, even though his tyre wear is actually honestly not that bad.
Yeah, he's only slightly better than Flossie and Cloquet there. So, Andrew, this is the point you called out. We're on lap 8 now. Tate finally has dropped down into the 22s on lap 7, so this is that kind of tipping point maybe for his tyres in his lap times.
It is a bit of a cliff too, yeah, so we'll see how well he's been able to look after them.
Yeah, and it's not like he's been trying to keep consistently low times or high times either. Like his fastest lap at 20.9 there, and his remaining laps have been very consistent in the mid 21s until we just saw 22.
Cloquet's round. Captain's King has taken another one.
Oh,
yeah, he's going to be dropping down to 12th behind Smurf and Evil One after that recovery.
Yeah, I was on board with him then.
And he may just lose 11th to Touchy as well after the corkscrew.
It's super unfortunate. I certainly know how he feels, and it's not a nice place to be in. It certainly does give a bit of breathing space to Flossie. Maybe he can think about chasing down. We see Spence as well, very wide on turn 10.
Can we get? Is it too late to get a replay on that ZD and Spence thing there? They looked like they were trying to make a move on each other there, and just maybe Spence lost out a little bit.
Yeah, okay, we can try.
Spence is in 4th at the moment.
go back on board with Zudi. Yeah, they're side by side. And he might have nudged Spence a bit wide there coming through. I just caught it in time, but yeah, that second last corner, he nudged Spence wide.
It'd be interesting to see kind of come back to it a lot later and kind of see what led up to that to get them side by side, because that was pretty interesting positions to get side by side in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very odd spot to be able to be side by side. It's not something that you can make happen by trying to make a move. So yeah, I wonder what were the events leading up to that, and if a report's going to be made, it'll certainly allow us to review that one and have a look at it in a bit more detail. Jonesy has been able to move up into fourth as well. He was able to make it past Spence.
Oh, he's got a 1.5 second penalty though.
I had to mention it, didn't I? 1.5 second penalty.
Corbin's gone off it at the corner as well. He's run very wide too.
Oh, Jonesy trying to get back on track as well has gone way right at the top of corkscrew, so that is unfortunate there with the penalty, and then dirty tyres.
Try and replay that if you like, guys.
I'd rather not be a teammate, but sure.
It'll be good
yeah,
visuals.
He's burning the penalty, runs wide to burn it, and then he gets back on the gas into the corkscrew and bins it. Just got back on the gas a bit too keenly with dirty tyres.
It's so easy to do with dirty tyres, and yeah, it just happens sometimes like that.
So look, Tate's just done a 24/7, so that has something's happened there. That's 2 seconds slower than lap 8. And so Floss has taken 1.6 out of him.
I
with
think
2 laps to go.
Ando. Yeah, the lap 8, his tyres are now considerably worse than what Flossie and ZD's are in second and third. So
yeah, the problem is on controller. Yeah, when they wear a bit, you start getting slidey, and when you get slidey, they wear even at a higher rate.
It's a very slippery slope.
It's a snowball effect.
Now, I mean, it's a 3.2 second gap in a lap and a half. It's a very big ask for Flossie to be able to try and reduce that back. But look, anything can happen. Like you say, you start sliding, and that can lead into mistakes a lot easier. So fingers crossed for Tate.
Yeah,
he's gotten very slidey again out of the corkscrew, but he's managed to hold on to it there.
Yeah, I've heard he likes to go drifting, so he should be right in his wheelhouse, actually.
Yeah, and Floss has only taken about a 10th out of him through that, so I think Tate's kind of got this in the bag here, and we've got ZD and Spence in 3rd and 4th. That's probably the battle of the race right now. Spence is caught right back onto the back of ZD here, and ZD's a little sideways out of the final corner, and yes, Spence may be looking for a run here.
He's got the run, he goes to the outside though.
There's also a small battle for 5th place as well between Midriski and Dasper.
Oh, tries the switchback at the last minute. There's a bit of contact there. ZD runs deep, Spence just stays behind there. Yeah, I think Spence tried the last minute switchback and just
clipped
a little late on that. Yeah,
he cut his own nose off.
Turn one's a very difficult spot to try and pull that off.
It would have looked fantastic had it come off, because that would have been very interesting. Interesting looking
at another run now.
Another run, but yeah, ZD's playing defensive here, as you would. Final lap.
Petron looks racy too.
Oh, he's got the switchback, Spence.
Super tough spot to be able to try and get an overtake done. So yeah, ZD's going to be able to hold off as we run up into the corkscrew for the final time. Petron and Midriski going at it as well. Spence and ZD are certainly losing time to these two. So 4-way battle here for 3rd place. Realistically, it's anyone's game.
Final lap, I don't think they care, to be honest. ZD's still on that podium, he doesn't care.
Yeah, ZD's certainly going to go defensive. If we know our boy, he'll be defending that for everything he's got. Certainly got Spence keeping the pressure on him though.
Spence is going for it!
Oh no!
Oh, is he going to do this? Oh, Spence pushing just way deep. And that's going to give 3rd place to Midriski there. Petron as well, picking up 4th. As we see Tate come through with the race win, just under 3 seconds. Flossie in 2nd place after a bit of a run-in with Cloquet. Midriski 3rd, Petron 4th. ZD 5th, and Evil 1 6th after that last corner drama.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. Spence tried to get the run up the inside there, and yeah, look, it's a tough spot on the final lap, and if the gap's there, you got to go for it sometimes.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Himself, I think.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do. As soon as you're offline, you're in the not super grippy part of the track, and your tyres are worn. You're 11 laps in after battling with other drivers, and it's just not going to be your moment.
No,
not at all.
So yeah, again, congratulations, taking out race 1 with a 15:10. That's a very competitive overall race time. Again, showing his pace from prior seasons, being in a Div 1 top split position.
Yeah, absolutely. He held them off really well.
He did. I think if Flossie and Cloakade weren't doing as much battle as they were, it might have been a different story, but trying to pass around here is extremely difficult when you've got a couple of drivers that are at very similar pace and very similar skill level. So, might have been close, but getting that move done is certainly different to closing the gap. Race 2, boys, reverse grid. I'm going to see Hippo right up the top with Cloakade in the front row as well. So, Untouchables as well. He's also going to keep them both company. Hippo's in the Supra doesn't get the greatest start, so trying to hold that first place is going to be a big ask for Hippo off the line. But Untouchables and Cloakade both in fantastic cars that start really well. So, be interesting turn 1, I think, again.
Yeah, I hope they're ready for that Supra on the line, though. It really cannot launch, especially if it's on mediums. But even on softs here at Laguna Seca, it's a very slippery grid, I find. So the Supra really struggles to get away at all. So I hope there's no carnage.
And if you're behind and you hit it in the rear, you're likely going to spin, not the Supra.
Yeah, you're just going to have a bit of a bowling ball effect, and you're going to go steering off sideways and give that extra boost to the car in front. It's a bit cruel when you think about it, but at the same time, it's just the way things roll. So hopefully, Untouchables right behind him is aware of the fact that the Jag is a rocket ship off the line and can pick his way around.
So Steph goes in the chat. He's asking if there's 4 spoons of Milo here.
4 spoons of Milo, eh?
Or 3?
Yeah.
I think we've got 4 in this group.
There's 4, but I mean, maybe that's just his dig at his teammates considering he's only a rental. I thought that would have been more of a full tin of Milo, really. Because remember, Sunday casuals don't have a top driver.
Sunday casuals do.
Touchies was the one that said it. Touchies the one that said he has no top driver. He was spruiking it all season 7. They don't have a top driver, so that's why Steph goes probably only calling them spoons and not a full tin.
Grab that tin, give it a shake, throw it in the oven.
Yep, that's it.
If only Dragon had done a couple more races, we would certainly be seeing him in Split 2, and we would have an alternative and arguably better, chocolatey drink with the Nesquik livery that Dragon's come out with in the last couple of weeks. So hopefully we'll see that soon.
Teams,
I don't think there's an argument to be had at all. Nesquik's 100% got more chocolatey taste than Milo.
Just trying to be political.
Looking at the leaderboards now, guys. We've had a bit of a change at the top.
CD's in there too, Stefko doesn't count. Oh, we're on the team's leaderboard, sorry, Andrew?
Yeah. So we've got, I don't know who that mob is, taking over the lead. DAM.
Damn, that's good.
Damn Racing.
Damn, that's good.
Best explanations for Damn Racing. We still don't know what that actually means, so get in the comments, show us what that means.
Yeah, so this is pretty hilarious, really. Maybe not that funny at all. But obviously, as everyone knows, I want to be in an Alfa Romeo. Awesome car to drive. Gotta really have the taste for it, though. And we were set to be in the Alphas last season, and then 11th hour, we were like, now we're in the Porsche. So it's supposed to be Dale's Alfa Males represent Alfa Romeo, and then we ended up in the Porsche and the Corvette instead. So, I mean, we decided not to change it to DPM because I think you can go wild with those acronyms even more.
That doesn't stop the boys in the chat getting on with the acronyms for Damn Racing, but at least we know what it officially means. That's certainly not going to stop us giving you plenty of nicknames to go with it.
Yeah, look, it's all in good fun, so yeah, it is what it is.
Looking at the Div 2 leaderboard now.
Oh, that's going to change drastically after tonight.
Yeah, a few of the boys down lower on that leaderboard are racing in this race, but
yeah, Tombo really shouldn't be in 4th there. He's had some fantastic rounds, a great round last week at Nürburgring, and I'm not sure how he went in top split tonight, but I would expect he'd be able to bag a decent set of points and probably bring himself up a couple of notches here. Showman Ando and yourself, Dale, are obviously you're all in Div 1, so that's going to be a big ask for Tombo to get on the podium there for Div 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, Showman wasn't racing this weekend. I've definitely had a drop around tonight, and I think Tombo was Div 1 driver a couple of seasons ago, so he's on his way back up. And I reckon he'll be sticking around in Split 1 for pretty much the rest of the season from here on out.
Yeah, I certainly think so. He showed his pace in Nürburgring when he was just dropped into Div 2, but race 2 getting underway.
Should we jump on with Touchy behind Hippo right now and just get a look at that launch difference between the two?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
as we're off, so you can see right up.
And he's done it. He's almost spun. He almost spun with the contact.
Given a great big old boost to Hippo there. He wasn't quick enough to be able to dart around the outside, and that fantastic start of the Jag. And we're seeing somebody around.
Oh no!
As well.
Replay. Jump on with Spence in 12th if we can, please. Spence is in the gravel.
Sure.
Turn 1, Flossie's around as well.
Flossie's around as well.
Oh, so much for being clean. Jonesy's
right
maybe caught up in the exit of it.
Flossie at the back. Big dive into turn 1. Oh, he goes past a bunch of cars and then carnage ensues into turn 1. So I can't tell you exactly whose fault that was, guys.
Looks like a few Milo cars involved in that.
Oh, I'm leaving that one alone. But yeah, there's back up towards the front. We've got a three-way battle moving into the corkscrew for the first time with Untouchables, Smurf and Hippo going side by side. Smurf going deep. Hippo getting swallowed up by Untouchables there. He's now on the inside, so he's going to have a better run through this fast left-hander. Untouchables taking a lot of curve as well. Hippo being able to capitalise on that and take back that third place.
Yeah. Now look, nothing on the Milo boys on that one. Just, there's 4 of them in the lobby. Turn 1 incident. There's bound to be a couple of Milo cars. Not necessarily their fault, just kind of getting involved in it.
Especially when you've got 13 cars all in the space of one corner. Different cars start at different speeds as well, so yeah, certainly jostling for position.
Something's happened to Tate on the exit there. He's lost. Oh my goodness, just carnage. So Tate's in the back of
touching there.
Turn 2, producing more goods.
Flossie's also said thank you to somebody, so I don't know what's happening there.
Let's go to a replay on board with Touchy. Coming down the main straight. I think it looks like Tate's burning a penalty. And then he's got a damn racing car up his inside. He goes deep on the brakes. And he punts the Jag, the damn racing Jag, twice, 3 times. And he gets on the gas and gets spun by someone coming at him. So a lot going on there, guys. That's one for the stewards.
Evil One's just gone off at Captain's Kink as well, so he's now dropped down to 10th. He was just ahead of ZD there, or in that battle. ZD's with the corkscrew as well. He's gone a bit too deep. And then spun it on re-entry, unlucky ZD.
It's all happening.
Race 2 certainly producing some incidents here.
A
couple might get reported to the steward's room. Gives us a bit of an opportunity.
The corkscrew. He's on his own and just outbrakes himself. Goes way too deep, and he's building sandcastles.
So in all of this,
himself on recovery. Sorry.
In all of this, Clocates is running away with it. He's already 3.5 second gap here. Started lap 3. Smurf in second. He's got Hippo behind him, and then Corbin up in 4th as well. Yeah, the Shake and Bake boys will be on a mission after. I think they were in 2nd and 3rd in race 1 there, and they both bottled it. So they've got some redemption in mind, I'd say. Tate's already made his way up into 5th, though. He's only about a 2.5 behind the battle for 3rd. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th there. So Tate's to do partners very quickly. Yeah, and that's even with burning a penalty.
Yeah, so Tate's certainly able to capitalise on the carnage that has ensued over the first 2 laps, and moving up into 5th. He's only 6 seconds off of Cloquet, who he's certainly going to be on for a good points bag around here. Plenty of overtakes for one of the stats on the spreadsheet.
Oh, for sure. And for ZD, Flossie, Touchy, kind of bringing up in the rear at the moment. Those guys, they're not too far back behind in terms of overall time, so they just need to be head down, keep it clean, and keep it tidy, and prepare
the
for
last
race
thing
3,
they want is another mistake now. Exactly. They just need to bank a time here and start at the front of race 3, and they could still get some good points this round. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, you most certainly can. Race 2 is certainly not make or break it, and it's generally better to just sit in and and still try and get a solid lap time, a solid race time. As all of our lobbies, all of our splits are divvied up and points allocated from fastest over race time to slowest. So doing
Like
battle
Smurf
can certainly
starting
help
a
you.
train.
Yeah.
Second.
Smurf certainly is, yeah.
Definitely, he's Corbin got a little wide in there too.
Hippo's going a touch wide as well on the exit of turn 4, so everyone trying their best to get around Smurf, but yeah, really just hurting themselves in the end.
Tate's gained about 1.2 seconds on him compared to this time last lap as well.
I think
His
Tate's
Desperate
close
Train's
on
about to
okay.
lose a spot to Madriski into Captain's Kick there.
Oh, Midrick
Oh,
keeps
someone's
playing.
off.
We've got yellow
Smurf's
flags as
off.
well.
Smurf's off Captain's Kick.
That was
Captain's
Smurf.
King, two
Let's go to a
drivers
replay.
on one lap.
Where is he now? Where's Smurf?
He's in 11th
He's
at the moment.
11th.
12th.
Second place. Yeah, he runs himself wide through Captain's King and keeps the boot in and spins it big time. Lucky not to take out some other cars there, but ends up facing completely the wrong way. So straight to the back of the pack, unfortunately.
Yeah, so jumping back up towards the front, Cloquet 4.5 second lead on Hippo there, so he's been able to capitalise on Smurf going off. He's going to be hunting or wanting to hunt down Cloquet after race 1 incidents. Corbin and Tate are also keeping him good company for that final position on the podium.
Yeah, Tate's on the charge here.
On the topic of trains as well, Midriski, Patron and Jonesy are doing battle for 5th at the moment. Those guys are all separated by about a second. Be interesting to see if Patron's going to try and make a move and Jonesy's in a solid spot to be able to capitalise off a bit of a battle in front. Oh, I mentioned his name again. He's gone just touch of dirt into Captain's King. Been able to keep it though. Patron's
trying
on
to
the
get
run.
the position back because I think Madriski made the move to the final corner last lap and he's managed to hold it. Nice work from both of them there.
Is Patron's driving the Z4?
He
Certainly is.
Wow, what an interesting choice.
He's doing him proud too. He's certainly being able to keep up with the big boys. The
Yeah.
Z4 is not known for its overall pace, but
No.
he's doing a bloody good job.
Maybe he wanted to challenge himself.
Look, that's pretty much where I ended up with the Genesis. It's a fantastic car, but in a sea of Jags, it certainly is a challenge to try and keep up with everyone.
Yeah, I think that's Patron. He was showing real Div 1 pace pre-season, wasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly was. I'm not sure if the Z4 choice is hurting him being in Div 2, but he's certainly got the skills. So, following seasons, one to watch out for.
Yeah, if he sticks around, he'll definitely be picked up next season for a team.
Back up front again, checking in with Cloquet, 4.6 second lead on Hippo. Hippo's been able to move out to about 1.2, 1.3 seconds. Tate's also been able to jump in front of Corbin there for 3rd place. Goes extremely wide on the exit Captain's Curve, Captain's King, and does keep it together though. Fends off Corbin for the battle into Corbin through.
2 controller boys.
Going hard at it.
Who's going to win? Mine's going to be on Tate at this point, I think. Sorry, Corbin.
Tyre wear still very similar between them. Fuel near on identical as well, so interesting to look at.
Oh!
Corbin
yeah,
a bit
Corbin
deep.
made a move there.
Yeah.
Gave a
redresses.
small touch to take. He's
Got
going
a
to try and
replay
push
if
it
you
down
like.
to start finish. Yeah, we'll
Going
have a
on
close
board
look
with
at that.
Corbin. We're on board with Tate looking back at Corbin, and Corbin goes really deep into the last corner. Too deep, and it gives him a big punt.
Well, Tate's struggling with tyre grip into the Andretti hairpin as well, so Corbin's right behind him, and Madriski and Desperate Train are right on their tail now.
Yeah, they've just invited those guys to the party, haven't they?
They certainly have. A small mistake from Corbin can certainly yield some impressive results here with a battle pack for 3rd being only 2 people. It's now basically 4, and Jonesy's looking to make that 5 as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Being less than a second prime. Bringing Evil 1 and Spence with him as well, so realistically second.
Tate's almost pinned it at Captain's King. He's managed to hold it here, but I mean, with the bump from Corbin into the final turn and also in turn 2, that's really tore up his rears a little bit more as well. So extra tyre where he didn't need to be worried about. But yeah, he's managed to hold on. He got very sideways, touched the dirt on the entrance.
These two controller boys have their mirrors full at the moment.
And it looks like Milo's on the charge, but Trisky is on a charge here. He can sniff that podium, and if he can just bounce them through to here, he may be able to pull in Hippo as well.
Yeah, this is going to be an impressive turn 1 as we make our way through to lap 8. We have 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I'd call it 8th and 9th. All within this battle pack here. Someone makes a mistake, if Tate makes a mistake right in front, he can see himself move from 3rd all the way through to 9th.
Yeah, look, Tate's an experienced campaigner. I think he can handle the pressure there. It's just, I think, whether the tyre grip can hold up.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see both controller users being taken and Corbin suffering with that tyre, whereas we've
oh, Madriski's gone wide.
He's run wide.
Madriski looked like he tried to go wide, on the outside of Corbin. He's gone wide in the turn.
Yeah, he paid
I think
the price.
Yeah, 100%. I think he touched the dirt slightly, which just didn't give him the turn in he was expecting.
Now we've got a stack of Milo at the back of the pack.
Got to be made of it.
7, 8, and 9. Can they work together now and get back?
This late in the game, it's hard enough to make passes around here in Laguna, but at least these guys are hopefully not going to do battle with each other. Midriski touching the dirt again as we move into turn 10.
Yeah, just out of rhythm there, wasn't he?
Tate being kept company with Corbin as well. Patron has been able to
made the move.
capitalise on Corbin. He went a little bit deep into turn 11 as well again. So yeah, Patron picking up a spot there, moving into 4th. He's going to have his eyes firmly set forward on Tate, being only half a second in front. And I wonder if Patron is aware that his tyres are in considerably better condition than Tate. It's only going to hurt himself for these last few laps.
Jones is all over the back of Corbin as well, trying to get ahead before he gets swamped by these 3 Milo cars behind him.
Yeah, I would not want to be in Jonesy's position. 3 Jags behind your old teammates. These guys are certainly going to be on the hunt for extra positions. So if you can put Corbin in between you and the hungry pack of Milo cars, I certainly would.
Oh, I agreed.
But where do you do it? It's so hard to pass around here, isn't it?
It is. The CCH is also just within slip of Patron as well, so it's going to make it even harder for the Genesis down the straights. It's got its work cut out against the Corvette, so yeah, now being the Corvette in slip, it's not going to make things any easier.
I think what Jonesy needs to do here, and really in the option, he needs a good run out of the corkscrew through the left and the right, and just hope that the tyre wear through that final corner and Corbin means he just can't get off the corner as strongly. I think that's where Jonesy's going to get it done, really, is get the run out of the final corner.
Yep.
And hopefully pull up alongside him before the slip can even take effect.
There's definitely a technique to it, a strategy when you are significantly faster than the car in front around a track like here. You almost need to hang back a bit and set it up a few corners prior, don't you? You need to set up a run on that slower car in front of you.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Being too close is tough.
Patron almost too wide into turn 3. Patron's trying to switch back, just can't quite get the grip. And behind Jones, he's up the inside. He's up the inside of Corbin.
He gave him a little tap.
Ooh, there's plenty of room there still. Jones is trying to give a bit of racing room. Corbin is still going to be on the inside here for this left-hander. They're both keeping it relatively clean. It's a tough
And here we go. Here's the Milo.
Exactly as picked.
Both.
Midriski in a great spot.
Replay of that.
Jonesy gets Corbin as well. Jonesy's now up the inside. Corbin's about to lose out to Evil One as well.
Jonesy's got the jump on Midriski too as we make our way into the corkscrew.
Yeah, Corbin made a bit of
that got messy.
A whole lot of wide Midriski, Corbin, Jonesy just being able to get ahead of this battle pack here at the moment. Corbin really struggling with his tyre wear. Midriski looking super hungry there in 7th.
I think Corbin actually got a little bit into the back of Madriski on the entrance to the corkscrew there. And here we go, Evil One's like, teammate, don't care, I'm making the move, but no, I just couldn't quite get it there. This is actually bringing ZD into it now. ZD's only 1.5 seconds behind these guys as well, so any big fluff up from the guys in front, ZD's going to be pouncing all over these guys.
That was an impressive half a lap from this battle pack. They're all trying to jostle from position, trying to keep it clean, and it's inevitable that you are going to have a slight contact there, but yeah, Yeah, he's super tough, and these guys have all slotted back into a position, and Jonesy really been a big winner out of all of this.
And also, as that's happened, Patron's made the move on Tate, and he's now cleared half a second. But after all that battling, seriously, we need to time out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad we
that
have a
was
bit of a rest in between races,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
But it's not like they were doing it into a particularly hairy part of the track or anything, was it? It's just a
the
corkscrew, so yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest parts of the track, right?
Yeah.
I think Corbin's under attack.
Yeah,
From
have
a mile
company
ago.
with Drisky as we head into the final time around the corkscrew. Jonesy keeping it clean.
Oh, actually. So Zini's actually caught right up to the back of them here. Zini's in 10th. Is yeah, okay. No, sorry, my bad.
Cloquet does cross the line with a 7.5 second lead, almost 8 seconds over Hippo in second place there. Patron making some moves here as well, jumped up into third. Fantastic show for that Z4.
Absolutely.
Taken home fourth, Jonesy in fifth. Corbin holding out against Midriski for sixth. Midriski in seventh. Evil 1 in 8th, Spence in 9th, Ziti in 10th, doing a classic flick spin across the line. Flossie joining him in that flick spin. Not a great race for him. Something happened early on, and same with Spence and Untouchables rounding out 12th and 13th.
You got Smurf and yeah, Smurf tries the flick.
Just a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Again with a quick race time from Cloquet, only 1 second off what Tate was able to do in race 1 there.
Wow.
Very impressive.
I think that just shows how close everyone is in split 1 and split 2. Just the talent's very, very close in one lap speed. It usually comes down to who can hold on to it for the whole race and get the consistency. But yeah, even though it's reverse grid, as you have 1 second difference to race 1, it's just insanely close and competitive here at the moment.
Yeah. I have it on good advice that there was a big bet on Cloquet for a podium tonight too, so
Hey,
someone
he certainly
just
come through.
got paid. Yeah.
Certainly did, and what a way to get a podium as well, coming through in first place. Fantastic effort, and yeah, again, that race time is super competitive, being 1 second off of what Tate was able to prove in race 1. So certainly going to show that you can capitalise and return pace race 2. Race 3, we saw a whole bunch of different strategies in top split. I wonder if we're going to see the same again. I don't think we'll see too long of a stint from our controller guys, being Corbin and Tate. I want to get onto those mediums or stay on the mediums, being a longer lasting tyre for a longer amount of time. So yeah,
they might need to split it 11-11. Oh, yeah. Look, if depending on tyre wear that you've got, you may even need to split it 11 on mediums. Just split it down the middle. And just make sure your softs last for those last 11 laps. If your softs are really getting caned in race 1 and 2, maybe even consider going 12. You really just need to know what your 12 on the mediums. Like you really just need to know what your kind of worn tyre lap times are, so you can kind of compare it with your mediums, just so you can kind of see where it balances out. Although your last few laps on mediums may be slow, if they're still quicker than your last few laps on softs, you may as well push it out.
Yeah, definitely. And again, being in a fuel save, it sort of naturally comes with a bit better of a tyre management, and you can stretch your softs out just that little bit longer. And yeah, that crossover between softs and mediums for lap time start to even out. But again, it really depends on individual drivers and how long you can make your softs last. Flossie is going to be in a good spot here. I'll give a shout out to him again. Race 3 is going to be starting up towards the front. I would expect to see him on softs. We do see a bunch of people on softs as well. Hippo, Evil, Spence, and Tate. No, Tate's just switched to the medium. So bit of a mix here so far. Interesting to see the start and how everyone figures out turn 1 after race 2.
Oh, for sure. We'll see how patient people get, being a longer race as well. It's kind of a balance of, do you stay patient, save a bit of fuel and make the jump in the pits, or do you just try and push on through and get as far up as you can, as early as you can?
Yeah, quickly, should we shout out to the sponsors while we can?
Yeah, absolutely. We wouldn't be here presenting every week with at least 2 to 3 lobbies these days. We've got a bunch more visual guys on hand. So big thanks to Races World. They some grassroots racing out there in Queensland. They do some fantastic work. Dodgy 86 is our resident representative with them. We also have Pagnian Imports. They are fantastic in what they provide, and they're stockists of some fantastic sim
Yeah, I bought
racing
my
gear.
rig from them, so yep, very happy with those guys. They're really good with after sales service. I find.
It's something that doesn't really exist anymore. So when you do find those guys, you really want to be able to hold on to them and
Yeah.
keep them in business to support.
You ring them and you
support
actually
the
get to
guys.
talk to a person. It's fantastic, and they're knowledgeable guys about rigs and wheels. So yeah, fine.
Yeah, certainly tailor the service to the individual there. On that same level as well, we have Next Level Racing. They are suppliers, or manufacturers rather, of the sim racing gear, frames and cockpits that Pagnian sell. And we also have Future Youth Melbourne Streetwear as well. They produce some fantastic quality clothing. Suit Lad is our resident representative with them. So again, without you guys, we wouldn't have prizes, we wouldn't have our streams as many as we do. And yeah, big thanks to all of our sponsors there.
As we're now kicking off race 3. So here we go. There's going to be the fireworks of the night. This is I think the race a lot of people look forward to. You got to split the tyres. You got to come up with a strategy that works for you versus everyone else. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where everyone lies at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Who have we got on tyre? Yeah, Untouchable's right up front there with Jag. If he's on soft switch, I believe him. There
He's on
in
mediums.
the RX-7, Untouchables is on mediums. Interesting choice.
No, so Touchy's on softs, Smurf, Flossie
Touchy's
on mediums.
softs. Yes. Yep.
ZD's on softs as well, Spence. Majuski's on mediums. And I think everyone behind Majuski is on mediums. It's interesting too. So ZD gets the rocket launch.
ZD gets a fantastic start as well.
Smurf's
Certainly
already
bringing
down in
it
the
on.
7th, 8th spot.
Smurf was not a great start. ZD getting his elbows out with Spence there already. Flossie certainly keeping his nose in. Evil One keeping Spence company as well. Flossie and Evil going side by side through turn 3. They're keeping it clean. Everyone's been able to make it through.
ZD just got a bit deep there, I think. ZD now just needs to manage his tyres, just keep up with Touchy as best he can, keep the pressure on.
He's got the position. Just needs to keep his head down and keep it clean now. He's on the better tyres. He's only got people, he's only got Touchy, who's also on the softs in front of him, so he's not going to try and battle for position there. Flossie in a great spot as well. He's right on the tail of the soft runners, being the first of the mediums. So if he can keep up with this train and use that slip fuel save to his advantage, he might go for the undercut here. It can be strong. We saw a couple of people in top split come in on lap 8, 9 or 10 and try and get that undercut. Track position here is very big. So yeah, if you can make yourself last, might be an optimal strat there.
Yeah, agreed. KZ in split 1 in the Lexus as well. I think he came in on lap 7 or 8 as well. Corbin's just gone for a big run up the inside the final corner. And the big loser out of that too is
Evil One. He got
Evil One,
pushed
that's the one.
wide there.
Go for a replay if you like, guys.
Yeah, yes please. Corbin in 8th.
Corbin.
I can't even select it at the moment, so I don't know what's going on there.
Second last corner, gets a good run on one of the Milo Jags. Decides to go up the inside, deep under brakes, a little bit too deep, and collects a couple of Milo tins there, unfortunately, on his way to the beach.
Yeah, again, making some sandcastles out there. I think CCH ended up a little bit worse than Evil One. He was able to get away again pretty quick, and yeah, CCH did it nice.
I think we need to go back to the top here. So Touchy and ZD are battling. That's brought Flossie in 3rd on mediums into the battle here too. Touchy and ZD, I know they're on different teams. They need to start working together. Or Flossie's just going to take them both on mediums.
Yeah, the
these guys
tyre
certainly
delta. It's a good second, isn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly is. So Flossie might be rubbing his hands together going, thanks boys, you guys are doing battle on the softs. It just makes my job even easier. I mean, it's certainly not easy keeping up with soft runners on mediums, but look, he's doing it so far.
Great job.
Yeah, if they want to keep battling, it's only going to make it all that much easier for him. All making their way safely through. Cloquet going deep into turn 11.
Oh, Spencer's given Flossie a bump craft down the straight. I don't know if Spence knows that Flossie's on mediums here.
He may not. interested to see if Spence figures that out and wants to get in front of Flossie. I wouldn't suspect he would make it overly difficult. I wonder what happened there where Flossie was able to jump up in front of Spence, but ZD's moving out towards the second gap there, just breaking the slipstream of Floss.
Yeah. Spence giving him another bump draft on the run down here to turn 5.
Flossie even gave him the quick indicator there, just saying, look, I know you're on a faster tyre, I'm not going to hold you up here. Jump past and I'll stick in behind. Tate is also looking very, very quick on the mediums
Flossie! Oh, he saves it. But he gets gobbled up.
Risky.
Sorry, I was on
Unfortunately,
board
Tate
with him when that
capitalised
happened.
on that.
Oh, and he's dived in under brakes and someone's off
Defending
there as well. In the
Untouchables. He's around in the corkscrew.
Oh no, what position's he
Among
in?
all of that, he's in 9th, 10th at the moment.
Go to a replay, Touchy, 10th. Go on board with Touchy. Oh no, where is he now? I've lost him.
He was leading the race.
Was in first. Okay, comes up into the corkscrew and he gets a little tap from Zeddy. Oh, Zeddy behind him just gives him a little tap on the rear quarter as he turns in, so that could go on to the stewards, I think.
There's certainly one to have a little bit more review. Untouchables and Jonesy going head to head now through turn 2. Jonesy on the inside is now going to quickly become the outside. Tough to try and make a move around there and make it stick. So these guys, even knowing that it is 22 laps that they need to try and race for, setting up the cheat stations right out of the gate. So Flossie consolidating 4th at the moment. What have we got? Tate on mediums as well, and then Spence, ZD out in front on softs.
Oh, Flossie's wide. Captain's corner. Oh, he holds it together somehow.
Oh, he's got even one company. He's going to have dirty tyres into the corkscrew. He's able to keep.
Oh, that's a battle.
Gravel, that'll be a half second at least.
Keep it together.
Yeah.
He's going to give the position to either one, and he's likely to get a penalty unless there was a little bit of mercy there. He might have gotten away with it.
He contact beforehand, so he might have avoided it again.
Yeah, Gran Turismo can be cruel and it can also be kind. There might have been a slight bit of contact on entry from either one of Flossie going side by side, and then Gran Turismo sees that and goes, no penalty for you today. So Flossie getting away there, but unfortunately being picked up by Tate, Smurf and Cloquet as well, going side by side into turn 2. Cloquet really looking to get past Smurf there. Brings with it an absolute train of cars.
Yeah, Smurf's got the consistency, but he doesn't have the outright pace, and he gets it sideways, a tank slapper on, and he's off the track. Oh, that's unfortunate for Smurf.
Oh.
No, lucky Smurf, you've got Jonesy all over the back of him now. He'll lose that spot to Jonesy now.
Yeah, Smurf's not going to make it easy for him, and he's going to have dirty tyres trying to defend into that fast left-hander. He's
got a replay with Smurf there, if that's okay.
He's also got Patron.
Do it. He's out of the second or third corner, and he gets on the gas too soon. A big tank slapper in shoes, and he nearly takes out a couple of shake and bake cars and a Milo tin, but manages to take out nobody, and he saves it. He actually didn't turn the car around. Amazing.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate there for Spence, but also for Smurf, but also big props for being able to hold that together at best.
That was amazing.
That RX-7 is, it's a bit of a cruel car to handle. It can spit you out.
Oh, it'll bite you.
Wrecks it real easy. So no surprises that's happened to him, unfortunately. Yeah, Patron is now keeping for company in 10th at the moment, looking to get past, but just not able to do it. Brings with him Hippo as well. And Midrisky, I believe, with that earlier drama. He's also had a slow lap 5 as well. He's sitting down there at 13th. Picks up more down on the exit in turn 4 too.
ZD's off.
Front, yeah, I was going to say, Spence picked up first place. ZD dropping down the field real quick.
Was that captain's kick that's taken
let's try a replay if you like.
ZD's he's in 8th at the moment.
Jump on board with him. comes out of the last corner, approaching Captain's Kink. What does he do? Oh, he goes too wide on entry. Bins it himself.
Oh, he picks up some dirt.
On entry to the Captain's Kink.
Super
Puts a
easy
wheel
to
in the
do.
sand. Yeah.
Here's the Captain's Kink is ruthless. It's got 3 spots where it can easily chew you up and spit you out. Yeah, unfortunate for Zini there. Was in second place, looking good for race 2. Is now dropped down to 8. It's got Jonesy for company now as well.
He's still only 9 seconds behind though, so he needs to keep his head down, get focused. He's got Jonesy behind him, who's on medium, so hopefully he should be able to just pull away a little bit over the next lap and just regather his time here and, you know, settle back into the rhythm.
Yeah, certainly. So yeah, back up in the front. That gives a handy lead to Spence. 2.5 seconds there. Tate has been able to move through the field once more and has jumped up into second place. Evil One
On mediums.
Third on mediums too. So he almost does a repeat of what ZD does. Just gets a little bit sideways into Captain's King and is able to keep it together. Evil One also in a great spot there, being able to capitalise being on the softs and try and keep up that pace there for his opening stint. Flossie also in a decent spot. He's got Cloquet for company there in 4th. But he's on mediums, so being able to make that opening stint work to his favour, get the battling out of the way, let everything settle down, try and punch out those lap times that you desperately need on softs and reel those front runners back in.
So who's sitting pretty now, boys? Who do you reckon? Who's your money on?
Tate and Flossie are the front medium runners at the moment, and Flossie's only 6.5 seconds back of Spence. Tate's only 3 seconds back of Spence, so I think they're in prime position here to really be in the top 2 by the end of this race.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if Flossie's able to keep his tyre wear down. He might look to do an undercut, maybe by a lap, maybe by 3. I mean, KZ pointed it out that you can come in on the end of lap 8 and do 14 on softs to be able to bring it home. The undercut is super strong around here, and track position is key. Just got to worry about.
Flossie's around.
And he's into the fence.
And I was
Captain's
on board
Kink.
with him too.
That hurts.
Let's go to a replay if you like. Although we
He's down
did
to
watch
last
it live.
after that now.
If we saw it live.
You don't need to see that. That was painful. Sorry, Floss.
Yeah.
He's down to last place now, so unlucky there for Flossie. You were in prime position there, but I think Tate's really now the key runner here. He's 3.5 back, almost 4 seconds back now of Spence. But obviously a reversal soon. Yeah,
certainly
Claims
was.
another victim.
I'm not so sure I want my name associated with this corner, but hey, it's claimed me, so I'm not immune, unfortunately. So yeah, again, Tate in a good spot in second. Losing a little bit of time to Spence as the laps go on, but really Spence not pulling out that lead that he'll need on the softs.
No, I don't think so.
Look,
not at all.
Tate's tyre wear, it might come back to hurt him, but I would expect to see him down the middle coming at the end of lap 11.
Might go 12, I reckon.
He could, yeah. Cloquet also looking like he's in a decent spot. Only 8 seconds behind Spence. He's on mediums, has got a decent amount of fuel compared to a couple other people there.
Oh, okay, he's on mediums too.
Yeah, he was behind Flossie there for a bit for the last few laps.
He may become relevant.
Yeah, really, it's anyone's game at this point in time. The pit stops certainly try and shake things up as best as they can. And yeah, the difference in tyre speed, just because you might have a lead now, doesn't mean you're going to hold that out. The top 7 or 8 drivers split by 10-11 seconds. If you've done well with fuel save, you might be able to jump a couple of people in the pits, which again, track position is absolutely key.
Yeah, so it looks like Spence really isn't doing much of a fuel save when compared to everyone. Tate's probably on about 45%. Spence is probably closer to about 38, 40.
45, yeah.
Either one's also similar to Spence at the moment. Cloquet, it's maybe 40-ish. Touchy, though, he's just under 50% on softness. So he's been doing a fuel save as well, even though he's carving back up through the field after his early spin. And ZD's very similar on fuel to touch, maybe a little bit
He just made a
less
sexy move on Corbin too. So
Yeah, so
1-2.
interesting point to note that the difference between Corbin's tyres and ZD's tyres, they are looking exactly the same on the information that we can see, but the difference being Corbin is on mediums, so they really should be wearing better than that, and that tyre difference we spoke about before, so he's been able to capitalise and jump back ahead of Corbin. And again,
Jones is just lurking in the background there too.
Probably going to look to make moves.
Oh, yellow
we've got
flag,
yellow
someone's
flags.
there.
Oh, Evil, he's in 8th at the moment. Just went around on the exit of Corkscrew there. Unfortunate.
Go to a
Again,
replay if you
Corkscrew.
like. So jumping
sure.
on board with him.
Locates the first pitter into lap 10 off medium.
looks
ZD's
like-
also coming in into lap 10 as well, sorry.
Jonesy as well.
Evil one bins it in the corkscrew, and he also has trouble recovering. So that's going to be costly.
So you got Evil one's in with 30%, Jonesy's 42, Locate 34, Smurf's in with
Smurf.
41, ZD 39, Madrisky 44. So the big loser out of that really is going to be Evil one on 30% fuel.
Yeah, it will be. He's also crossing over onto medium tyres too, so the rest of the guys around him are going to be largely swapping from mediums to softs. Interesting to see that ZD's wanting to do 12 on the mediums there.
Yeah.
I actually see ZD, I think, get the jump on fuel in the pits compared to a couple other drivers. Yeah, he's going to be coming out first with...
He's got Madrisky right inside of him right now, so somehow... Sorry, Cloquet, sorry. So
Cloquet,
somehow
yeah.
Cloquet was behind him on pit exit and the game's pushed him through ZD and ahead of
Very
him
interesting
on...
there.
That's very odd, very odd.
I wonder if that
Yeah.
shows the difference there with the vehicle speed, but yeah, look, Jonesy in a decent spot now as well, but he's also behind ZD being on the mediums, so it's going to make it tough
Leaders
for an
are in the
overtake to
pits.
happen. Cloquet will likely pull away here. He's got relatively free air, as we see pretty much all the front runners, short of Corbin, coming into the pits, touching Spencer and Tate.
There goes Spence, the fuel difference there, 21 to 36%. Yeah, he's going to be in a bit of trouble here after these pit stops.
I certainly think so. I reckon Cloquet will be the driver to sit on with at the moment. He's in
Yeah.
7th.
See where he
I'm
sits.
wondering where everyone's going to come out of the pits. It's a super long pit stop here, at least 30-35 seconds if you're doing fuel, which we will all have to make 22 laps. So Cloquet makes his way around turn 11, ZD getting squirrely in the background. Where are these drivers going to come out?
We can see some exiting the
Just
pits
coming out
already.
of the pits. Yeah, Tate's out in front as well. Spencer's also been able to hold on to what is going to effectively be the race lead. Spencer's taken on a lot of fuel on the mediums as well. Tate is probably 15% less. Interesting to see there. Spence wanting to go hard on mediums. Still looking to not do the fuel save.
Yeah, that must be pretty hard on fuel. Like, I know the Jag's a bit thirsty, but I would have thought maybe a 70-75% would have been sufficient to get through the final 11 laps.
Yeah, look, if you want to go hard on mediums, certainly minimise your time loss. Corbin also in on lap 12 as well, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. So yeah, Tate's going to be hunting down Spence there. Spence does have the fuel, so he's going to be hard to overtake, but Tate's going to have that tyre. If he can get it done
Corbin,
quickly.
I think, is going to be spit out kind of somewhere around Jonesy to ZD kind of area, maybe.
I think so. Corbin's only just jumping into pit box now as Jonesy's coming around the final turn. I reckon Jonesy's going to get the jump on Corbin. Cloquet's going to run away as well, being on softs as he goes for the fastest lap with 21.4. Outstanding pace there from Cloquet.
Hammer time from him.
Yeah, Patron as well. He's jumped into the mix after the pit stops. He's only got half a tank of fuel, so considerably less than, actually just under half a tank of fuel. So yeah, less than other drivers. Oh, Tate has also been able to jump Spence as well already, so certainly get that move done quick for the lead.
Oh,
So
and he had
Corbin
to,
is
didn't
back
he?
out in 8th spot. He's about 3 seconds back, 2.5, 3 seconds back as ZD.
Also with a similar amount of fuel, just a touch more than those around him. But yeah, Tate making that move already. jumping up into first place and just about breaking that slip too. So he knows his tyres go off and he's wanting to put as much distance in front of him still as he can.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully that's enough. And if Patron can squeeze up into Spence, they'll be in a decent spot to be able to take that little bit more breathing room too.
Oh yeah, Spencer's on the mediums now, isn't he?
He is now, yeah.
Yeah, so I anticipate Daz Patron is going to be on his bumper quite soon.
Oh, ZD's picked up a penalty somewhere as well. He's in 7th, just burning that. CCH is getting in close. ZD going deep in the final turn as well. Dropped down to 8th, gave that position to Corbin. Unfortunate last couple of corners there for ZD on lap 13.
Yeah, I like ZD not having the most fun run through this track at the moment. You know, he's still picking up valuable points. There's a long way to go. He's only 12 seconds off the lead at the moment. You know, if he keeps the pressure on, gets consistent laps, he could put pressure on Corbin in the final few laps as Corbin's tyres start to go off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought we already saw Flossie come into the pits, but he's coming in again on lap 13. Yeah, he came in on the end of lap 9, he's coming in again on 13, so he might just be going for that fastest lap.
The dreaded double tap.
Well, he started on mediums though, and he's currently on softs.
Yeah.
So
Might have not taken fuel though with the double tap.
he's on about
trouble.
55%. He's
He
put
should
in
take
maybe
a touch
just
more fuel.
yeah,
he's got
around
plenty.
50% extra. But
He's back up to 3/4.
yeah, that's
Wow.
more than enough to get through these final 8-9 laps.
Interesting. I wonder if he's just going for that fastest lap, which is currently held by Jonesy with a 21.2. Fantastic race time there for us only two guys. Spence is also being kept company by Patron. Patron is on softs on the quicker tyre. I just don't think he's going to have the legs to be able to get the overtake done around this track. Yeah, you can see the corner pace is drastically improved between the two cars, but Patron's Z4 just doesn't have the power to be able to get past the mighty Jag, especially when Spence is not fuel saving. Oh, he touches the grass on the exit, gathers it back up.
I think Daz Patron's got the pedigree. He might set him up here for a move. We'll sit here and study him for a while and he'll work out how to get by.
Yeah, Patron's a smart cat. I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out real quick. There we go. Spence going wide again. He's going to be compromised on the captain's kick. He's going to be able to hold it. Oh, they both go very squirrely, but making it through clean. Patron's still right on his tail with a run up to corkscrew. He's not going to make a move this time. Cloquet's also rubbing his hands together going, thanks guys, keep this up. We can capitalise on the battle in front.
Yeah, Spencer's going to struggle to stay on the podium here, I think.
Especially being on the medium runners. We've still got, 7 laps to go. It's going to be a big ask. I mean, he's got the fuel. He's certainly looking like he can defend, but geez, it's still a big ask.
If you can keep his laps though in the 22-second range, high 21 to low 22s, that's going to make it difficult for Patron and Cloquet to find a way through. As Cloquet actually makes the move on Patron through the Andretti hairpin
Makes
there.
a move, yeah.
They're going to go too wide here. Patron's not really looking to give it up too easily.
If you're not going to get past Spence, I will.
Yeah, you're saying, look, if you can't make the move done.
Look out, mate.
Get the
I'm
move
coming
done.
through. Wow.
You can do it, Jonesy, now.
Cloquet's also got the fuel as well. That might just be where it's at. The Z4's just struggling with that straight line speed. But yeah, Patron might be falling back into the clutches of Jonesy here as well.
Has Patron got enough fuel to get home?
It's questionable. I have no idea how good the Z4 is. He's a smart man. I would like to think he's fueled, but anything can happen.
Is he short shifting?
Oh, Cloquet's got a penalty. I wonder where he picked that up.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
been
through the corkscrew, yeah.
Half a second. He's going to duck off to the right hand side here. Quickly burn that. That's going to give plenty of positions away. Look, he's in a decent spot still. Yeah, it just means it's tough. He's at the back of this battle pack and has to fight his way forward. It again gives that breathing room to Spence. With Patron coming up behind him as well, just outside, just inside the slip zone. Spence with that fuel being able to hold them off down straights, defend, like an absolute key.
So the train's about doing a half shift in most gears, and he's only hitting about 25% fuel now to get through almost 6 laps.
That is a massive ask. He's obviously aware that he's short on fuel, or at least low on fuel. He was trying to get the jump in the pits, and it's just not hanging out for him at this point in time.
Track position is key around here, though, so that's really what was on his mind. And if you can make it work, then yeah, you know, rely on the slip of the Jag in front.
Yeah, absolutely. Sticking in the slip is going to be a massive key difference here. Being on softs to Spence being on mediums, certainly got to play into his hand.
And Flossie has taken that fastest lap.
Here we go, 21-0. Don't see that being beaten by anybody else. Possibly beaten by himself. He's ever so close to the 20s there. Taking those fastest lap points away from Jonesy, who held it prior. So looking pretty calm through the rest of the field as well. Hippo's been able to make a couple of positions. ZD has dropped back though. He had a 26 last lap. Not quite sure what happened there, but he's got Madrisky
Captain's kick. He's had a few issues at Captain's kick on the mediums there.
Claims it the best of us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look, it's been a tough track at times too, so...
Yeah, it certainly is. Laguna is not very kind at any point, so you really have to be right on the ball to capitalise as best as you can. Unfortunately, yeah, for Smurf, he's not had a great last couple of laps. Sorry, lap 14 was well off the pace, so unfortunate for Smurf. He just needs to bring it home and save those DNF points. Flossie again, not having the greatest race, but he does have fastest lap, so it takes those points away from the front runners.
So this is still a fun battle at the front. Spence is still holding off. Jonesy's gotten past Aspatrone. He got Cloquet in 5th, just bringing up the rear of this battle. They've kept Corbin by about 5 seconds at the moment. So yeah, I think this is going to be it.
Spence he's getting his drift on through the one turn. That's just going to open that door for Jonesy, but again, Spence is still not short shifting. He's revving that puppy out, trying to get as much speed as he can, which, look, the strat's definitely working for him, being able to get that jump and just stop people from being able to get a run and make a dive in turn 2. Jonesy, just being able to make a gap on Patron. Patron's got Cloquet for company now as well. Patron's really sitting at sub 20% as fuel.
I think he's just going to make it as long as he can hold the slip.
Yeah, he'll certainly be able to make it, but he's going to drop back even more if he loses the slip. Tywear's looking pretty much even with those guys around him. Spencer's mediums actually looking pretty good, but again, they are mediums. As they all go extremely squirrely through Captain's King, keeping it together. Patron is putting the pressure on Jonesy. Doesn't look to make a move. All keeping it relatively clean through Corkscrew. Multitude of different lines there as well, showing off the strengths of different cars as we've got a battle pack of
Patron's gone off.
No.
Yeah, that's costly.
That gives relieves a little bit of pressure from Jonesy. Focus on catching Spence down the front. Patron getting his drift on now with turn 11 again as well. Spence proving me wrong before. His overfuel strat is certainly looking to defend quite nicely still. Jonesy just is not able to close that gap. Tate's been able to move out to about 4.7 seconds, which, yeah, his tyres aren't great, but at the same time, he's got that 5-second lead.
That's the thing here, right? You can be slower than people, but if you've got track position, with like getting past, and especially near the Jag, the main overtaking spot is to the Andretti hairpin, but if you've got the straight line speed, that's it, game over.
Yeah, certainly playing from Jag's strengths, like you say, that straight line speed. Andretti hairpin, unless somebody else makes a mistake in front of him, is really the only overtaking spot here.
He had just the slightest bit of the tyre in the dirt there, kept speaking. Not even a twitch. He was on the limit there. There was nowhere else for him to go. So yeah, he's pushing as hard as he can right now.
impressive stuff there. Only 2 more laps that Spence needs to be able to hold this out for. Jonesy just can't bring that gap down close enough to be able to make a dive, yeah, into any corner really. And yeah, Cloquet has been able to pull up the gap between Jonesy, keep him company now as well. Tron also losing the slip, his lights flashing, fuel lights flashing, so he's going to have to short chip like a madman just to make it to the end.
Yeah, wow.
Unfortunate for him, the Z4, he's actually been able to do it proud, but yeah, may have just underfueled that little bit and decided to risk it and do the fuel save to the end.
Yeah, so normally that flash is about, what, 1.3 laps to go, so he's got 2 laps when that's popped up, so yeah, it'll be...
Big ask.
Oh, yeah.
Corbin's tyre's not looking all that good, but he's got fuel to go to the end. He just touches the dirt. Untouchables as well. His fuel light's flashing. I think he's going to go into fuel save mode. Hippo as well. Haven't seen too much of him this race, but he's been able to hold out 8th. As we've seen 21 laps go by. ZD also coming, letting Evil One pass there for 9th and 10th. ZD's lap 19 was solid 5 or 6 seconds. Oh no, as we see, he's going off the captain's kick again.
Holds it though.
Time. Doesn't lose too much time considering the off, but it's adding insult to injury there, unfortunately.
Yeah, unlucky ZD. It's a tough track. Let's forget about it and worry about Brands Hatch next week. Oh, Jonesy's actually tried to move it. Enter any hairpin. Spence went a little bit wide there and Jones tried to get the inside on exit, but Spence held the line well and he's got the line through turn 3 to his there's only 10th and a half between these guys. They've gapped Cloquet. Trone, I'll be surprised if he manages to get through this lap, but yeah, I think the battle's here at second. Spence versus Jonesy.
Yeah, absolutely is. These two are fantastic quality drivers. We've seen them on tracks so many times before. The tyre difference is just not enough for Jonesy to be able to capitalise here. Especially since Spence is over fuel. Oh, they're going
pulls out of it.
nose to tail.
Discretion.
Can he get the run out of the corkscrew? Get sideways, a little bit taily there. He's only got one more spot really, and that's into the final corner. I don't think he's going to be able to be close enough for it.
Not going to be near enough, no. I think he just needs to consolidate and claim that podium. Spence will jump up front actually, making a race finish as well, claiming out first place. I think that's 2 race wins for him, so fantastic round to take there in the Dodge. Spence holding out second there with a fantastic stint on mediums. Jonesy third, Cloquet 4th, Patron 5th.
Oh, Patron's made it back. He's literally on 0 at the moment, so
Wow.
yeah, he's worked it to perfection with the fuel load there.
Absolutely nailed the fuel load. Yeah, really good consolidation in 5th. Corbin
Never
bringing
in doubt.
home 6th. Fantastic drive considering he's on controller there. Hippo getting Untouchables towards the end there, just by a couple of tenths. Untouchables in 8th, Evil One in 9th, crossing the line now. ZD doing another classic flick spin for 10th. Nearly giving a position with Risky coming across in 11th. Smurf in 12th after a few unfortunate laps, and Flossie as well. He might actually be... Oh no, he's not in auto drop, he's got his hazards on. Unfortunate Flossie was on for a good time. It came over the fastest lap, bagged those bonus points. Rounds the final turn now. Yellow flag for some reason.
It's probably for the all the flicks across the line.
Yeah, true. Wonder if we're going to see another one here. Yeah, he's lining himself up. And there it is. Oh, he hasn't crossed the line yet.
He's coming across in reverse.
he's still racing.
Come
He's going
on,
to reverse
Flossie.
across the line. There it is. Oh, he's
Not
teasing
happy.
us now. He's
Not
just
happy
sitting
about
there.
something.
He's just sitting there.
He's got 30 seconds to go.
Don't know what he's
Yes,
trying to do here, but
He's letting us know this is his drop round, I think.
I think so. He's crawling, and he's just
Done
not
it.
across the line still. Oh no,
Nah,
he's across the line.
the computer's gone, taken over now.
Taking it. So yeah, again, congratulations, taking out 2 race wins. I wonder who put bets on 2 race wins on split 2, if that even is an option. But again, congratulations. Very, very well fought round. Svens coming home in second, great stint on mediums, and Jonesy rounding out third place, just not able to take that spot off of Spence.
Yeah, that was an exciting night of racing right there. Just battles all over the shop, and I think it's a good setup for round 9. Brands Hatch Enduro and the GR4 86s.
Yeah, the one make certainly keen for that one. I've enjoyed the one make racing over the last couple of seasons, so let's hope for a good round for everyone involved. I'll wrap this up here, gents. Thanks for coming along, Ando. Appreciate you doing visuals. Dale
mate.
jumping in with Comsbox with me, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing everyone on track next week. Welcome to join us on streams where we do have them.
Yeah,
Cheers
for
all.
sure. Thanks for a great night, guys. See you next week.
See you guys.
Cheers.